Hey everybody, welcome back to Nick and Trav. I am Nick.
And I am Trav.
And it's Mechanicus again. Because
Boy, howdy.
tech priests are cool. And we are going to start off with Kefra's mission. We're going to get ourselves another Skitari, some Blackstone, and a new tech priest. We do not have any chance for upgrades, right? Like, we upgraded everybody we could already?
That's from what I recall, yeah.
Next upgrade's 163. It looks like we can actually upgrade them some more. Ooh, let's see here. You know, we'll look at that later. Let's get to the mission. Alright, here we go. Some Dominik Kepras have requested aid in taking the pressure off of our Skitari troops. Collapsing key areas of the tomb of Ecopris will hinder enemy movement and stop them from overwhelming the Skitari. Alright. Let's get going. Get our two boys and our other boys. And then obviously we got these. Let's do it.
Let's go.
I do not relish this mission, Subdominik Kepra. It's from your pupil dilation and nervous system stress levels. Oh, she's nervous. Even in victory, the men and women on the ground suffer, but it is not something I imagine troubles among us. Some tech priests choose to excise the emotional centers of their brains. This was the music reading Mangos. I did not. I have fought under many magi who had no emotion at the loss of men and women in combat. I'm glad to know I am not doing that again. Oh, well, isn't that nice? Faust is a cool guy that feels emotion, kind of. Capable of quarantine emotions in my neural vaults and choosing to experience them if they are beneficial. I am not ruled by them, but I am not ignorant of them either. This is why casualty rates on missions under my command are 11.7% below the average. Heyo. I'll take that as a good omen. Subdominik Kipper, how goes your attempts at establishing a foothold on Silva Timbers with our main forces? Operations in the tomb of Ecrypt are continuing among us, but the enemy is pressing our perimeter hard. It is impossible to explore the tomb if any of my troops are tied up keeping themselves from being overrun. I see. The enemy is aware of our presence. I wonder why that is, Travis.
Huh.
It seems
I don't
know. Not just attacking at random, the Necrons are exerting pressure at key points, hoping we will falter. Logic demands a response. Ignoring this predicament invites defeat or solution. With your help, collapse the tomb on them first. Oof. See, okay, if we got guys in there beating the shit out of other things, is dropping the roof like I don't think that's a great idea. I've plotted 4 locations.
There's bound to be casualties.
Oh yeah, of course. I've plotted 4 locations in the tomb of Ecropus. If these are made impassable with demolition charges, the Necrons won't have run of their own. Oh my god, that's a yawn. Have the run of their own tomb anymore. My cohort will see this is done.
You bored of this already, huh?
I guess. Yeah, man. Rude. Once the key points are blocked, the Necrons will be funneled into our crossfires. They'll spend a lot more lives testing our defenses. I'm not certain the Necrons can be accurately said to have lives. Well, whatever they have, they're going to lose a lot of them. Damn, girl. Attitude. Here we go. First room. Fascinating. Could this be some event from the distant history of the Necron race? I have heard rumors of such a mythology among the theories of the Necrons, but confirming it could be a breakthrough. On the wall of this chamber is inscribed a complex design resembling a star map, but the stars are depicted being consumed by ill-defined entities of swirling light and shadow. Do we want to obliterate the steel? It is a relic of Xenos mythology and hence blasphemous. Do we want to examine? Stop it thoroughly, examine the inscriptions for information that a pictograph would miss. Or do we want to archive, record the inscription in pictographs for spend more time? Yeah, here more than necessary.
Let's erase it. It's blasphemous. Worth it. That's the price to pay for blasphemy.
Left or right?
Let's go left.
Fucking zealot. You're hurting our boys. Alright. Skitari units. Holy shit. The Skitari units holding the tomb of Ekropis are suffering communications glitches, and one unit has to run a cable to their command post to stay in touch. This cable runs across the chamber ahead, and it is obvious it has become severed, potentially cutting the unit off from the rest of the Skitari force. Go the extra mile. Fix the cable and check the surrounding area of the tomb to find the Skitari unit and see how it is faring. It's a Skitari thing. Ignore the cable. That's the Skitari's unit's problem, not yours. Quick fix. Fix the cable as best you can. Come on, bro.
Let's go the extra mile on this one.
Doing the extra mile. Warning, your presence has been detected. The cohort repairs the cable and spends the next while searching for the Skitari unit. They find the Skitari lying dead at their post, victims of a Necron ambush, their bodies sheared open by Gauss fire. Knowing their efforts were in vain, pushed the cohort dangerously close to despair. Damn. They got rocked.
Oh.
Alright.
So where are we heading to?
Well, we got one there. We got a symbol up there, which is your favorite. Oh,
Yeah.
it could be worth checking out. The damage here might give us information to help us to bring down the target area. Oh. The chamber ahead is partially collapsed with a dangerously sagging ceiling and appears highly dangerous. Carefully examine the damaged chamber to learn about the tomb's structural weakness. Avoid the hands of fate. Find a way around the chamber. It is too dangerous to risk the cohort here. Blow off some steam. Try to bring down the whole chamber to test the placement of the cohort's demolition charges.
Let's do some observation protocols.
Okay. We got 2 CP. Cohort examines the load-bearing members of the tomb's construction, but just as they are starting to gain an understanding of the structure, the chamber shifts and the ceiling begins to fall. Cohort are caught in the collapse and escape with injuries, but also with some knowledge of the tomb's design. Okay, so as you asked, we got this guy.
Okay, so we just got the one number.
Yeah, we just got the one. Alright, so we can go up, we can go left, or we can go down.
Let's go down.
Down to the river to... I'm just kidding. All of a sudden, just like this Baptist church shit going on. The explosive charge is put in place, but minuscule Necron scarab constructs emerge from apertures in the walls, evidently intent on devouring the explosives before they can go off. Alright, we cork the vents, block the apertures to prevent any more scarabs emerging. We bug extermination, destroy the scarabs before setting up the explosives. Explosive haste. Hurry the setting of the explosives so they are ready before the scarabs can do any damage.
Let's act with haste.
Alright, so we want to do explosive haste?
Sure.
More haste makes less speed when it comes to technology. The explosive charge is out of place when the cohort falls back to set it off, and they are showered with burning debris as the explosion is aimed toward them instead of away. Though the collapse is successfully induced, they suffer several minor injuries as a result.
Alright, I'll stop fucking over our boys.
Alright, we can go right or we can backtrack.
Right.
Cool. We got extra Necrons in battle. Oh my god. Chastisement of the menials on the Castus Metaclan will follow. Failure of maintenance of observations inexcusable. The detonator of this charge appears to be a dud. Some menial must have neglected to perform the required anti-corrosion rites. Do we want to repair, attempt to replace the corroded parts of the charge with the cohort's tech knowledge? Do we want to detonate the explored charge with gunfire and use force? Or do we want to replace? Use a replacement detonator in the hope the whole batch is not defective.
Let's repair it.
Another GCP. Cohort uses tech rights to replace corroded wires and bless the work where they tap on the anointed Pimo wrench. The detonator works perfectly, vindicating their faith in the teachings of the Omnissiah. Hey, go us. Alright, so I'm gonna guess you want this symbol down here.
Yeah, buddy.
Alright, let's do it. Alright, left or right?
Left.
Hey, container of some sort that is seemingly raw binaries seething within. Clearly it is of Xenos origin. Sparks of data leak through the age sealant used to contain the treasure within. One of our boys is healed.
Just undoing the damage I've done. Alright, let's finish it up.
Alright, you want to hit the objective?
Yeah.
Let's go. Necrons reanimate one turn faster. Woo! Alright. Here we go.
Alright, so we're fighting, but we're really just looking for a way to bring the tomb down on our guys here.
Yeah, our objective so far has been throughout the tomb, as we're going in and out of the rooms, we're dropping key areas in the tomb, so that way the Necrons have to like take the long way around, and we've got kill squads set up in those areas to then just mess up the Necrons.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. So Jeremiah is our Doc Ock with pistols. This is our melee boy. And we just have to survive. So put him back here. And we can have all these boys deploy immediately. Because somebody was cool enough to get us 4 cog points.
Was it me?
Yeah, that was you.
Sweet.
And these guys have a taunt since they're level 2 now.
So good.
Hell yeah, man. They're already doing work. Okay. Alright, man. So now that we're in battle, I don't have to read nothing. I wanted to ask, Fire Emblem. It's one of those I would say beginner tactics games.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wondered, man, like you say you played a couple of them, like, you know, I think it was what, like Sacred Stones, and that was it?
Let's see here. I played Sacred Stones, the one with Crom, Awakening,
Awakening.
3 Houses. Seems like there might be another one that I can't think of right now, but no, it's not like I've played every single one or nothing. But I do enjoy them when I do actually get to play them. Oh, the Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn for the GameCube and the Wii.
Oh man. Okay, there was one. Okay, the one for the Wii. I didn't get to play that one. That was one of the ones I did not play.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to admit, kind of sad that I didn't play that.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you play the first one, for the GameCube, it's just kind of like you're missing half of the story there. But it's definitely, I don't know, out of all the, I couldn't tell you why exactly, just kind of like a gut feeling, but just out of all the Fire Emblem casts,
Mm-hmm.
I think I like Path of Radiance the most with I might be. He's definitely like my main like Smash character, but I think I like him as like the main like Fire Emblem, protagonist.
And that's Ike, right?
Right. Yeah. Um, so yeah, no, and the second one was interesting too because like you start off and you play like half the game or something like that with like a new cast front or like a semi new cast. Like there are some because it's like 5-10 years later or whatever, so you get some new units involved, but you also have some who are just grown up now.
Mm-hmm.
And so you play like half the game with the old or with the new crew, and then all of a sudden it's like you come in and then the new crew is just like, all right, or sorry, the old crew is just like, all right, let's fuck some shit up. Like I'm in, and obviously they're older and all that stuff, and then I don't know. It's just like once they get involved, it's just like, damn, like let's go wreck some stuff right now, and it's very fun.
I always enjoyed Fire Emblem for what it was. And like the way it was so I don't want to okay. This is gonna sound rude. But like once it hit console after it being on the GBA and for such a long time, I feel it got like really, really easy. And I don't know, man, it started to take a weird turn for me. Because, I mean, I love tactics games. Like, and I mean, like, I fucking love them. Like, I own way too many. Like, and I personally feel like Fire Emblem was one of those early influences because, I mean, it was on the GBA. Like, everyone and their mom was able to play that.
Sure.
And I mean, they had permadeath and all that cool. Like, why would you tell me to shoot my own man?
They'll never see it coming.
Nah, it's just if I arc, it'll hit everybody. Alright, so we'll take out that one.
But yeah, I kind of get what you mean. I mean, I don't quite remember the difficulty on like the GameCube and the Wii one in particular or anything, but I do know like Three Houses probably isn't the most difficult, especially when you consider that they have basically a rewind mechanic. But at the same time, the way I use it, like, I don't know, it just gives you a different mindset because like when you can rewind it a couple of times so far back, then yeah, I was a little less tactical about it and just kind of like, well, it let me feel more experimental.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like throw people in random situations and see how that played out. And then if it didn't work out, then we rewound it and then tried something new. And then it didn't feel like that I was starting a whole like hour-long battle like, over again. So I don't know. I really like Three Houses. I liked that they tried to kind of, you could only make the same tactics game for so many games and for so long. So I appreciate that they went out there and sure, it got real Persona with it with with high school life or whatever.
Oh, it got real fucking Persona.
But I don't even hate all of like I really like that game. I when I got it, I just spent all my time on it. I ripped through it. Granted, I didn't do all 3 playthroughs. It was kind of like something where it's like, okay, I'm going to save this for another time and enjoy the hell out of it again. But you know, I really like that you kind of were rewarded for kind of like picking and focusing on the people that you wanted to focus on, and then the fact that most of them were generally kind of a blank canvas as far as like, sure, they kind of were in this, you know, they were kind of leaning towards these types of classes or whatever, but at the end of the day, you can kind of make them whatever you want to, and it's going to end up working out. Sure, someone would be harder to do, but at the same time, those tend to also give you additional like skills or whatever, because you went out of your way to basically do the exact opposite of what they kind of like initially gave you. Now, as far as just like, you know, each calendar month, you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to go say hi to my friends. Like, is that necessary? Probably not, but overall, I really like that game.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I sound like one of them dumb, like, Fire Emblem purist kids. Where it's like, yeah, you know, permadeath, hard mode, the only way to play the game, bro. And I'm like, I mean, that is a way to play the game, you know? But, I don't know, man.
Well, and you can still choose to play that way.
Yeah, I know, it's just... I really don't like the Persona run on that. And I mean, I love Persona. Persona's great. It's an awesome game series. Like, I mean, you and I have talked multiple times about how good Persona is and all its faults that it has. And believe me, there are faults. It has faults. It is not a perfect series. But it's really damn good, you know?
So then, do you just don't like that Fire Emblem like stole a system and went to use it, or do you just genuinely not actually like it in that setting? Like going back to like your purist Fire Emblem thoughts?
I don't like the fact that they... So like, okay, you played Awakening, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, you know how you had that stupid big argument about the head pat thing?
I don't recall exactly, no, what do you mean?
Alright, so in the Japanese version, you could, like, when you go and when you have the base building area and you're able to like talk with your units and chillax with them and talk, there was a area where you could like take them to your room and you could head pat them, and that was taken out of the American version. And there was like this big hubbub about censorship, and in my head I'm like, dude, it's literally just head pats. Like, come on, guys, you know? We're all adults.
So I guess then how does that relate to what we're talking about?
I bring that up because I feel that was the precursor to them being like, okay, well, you know, now it's like a base building thing where you have like a shop and you have kind of interesting other buildings that help with keeping the troops happy. And hey, let's go ahead and start getting this weird waifu stuff in here with the head pats, and then the next game's like, alright, we're gonna take Persona's school day shit and we're gonna revamp the God, what do they call it? The system where the support system into this, like, you get to choose who do you talk to your squad, and they get buffs, and you can marry them, and all this other crap. And like, I loved how simple the GBA support system was. If they fight next to each other, they get to know each other a little better. You have cool little, like, cutscene-esque conversations with those characters. And if you get them to the S rank, sometimes they get married. And if they survive to the end, they have kids and live a happy life. Or they become super close buddy max war friends. And they fight better together. And I just feel that the precursor to the weird waifu shit... And I say this being fully immersed into anime and waifu shit. Believe me when I tell you this, I'm in the waifu shit. But I feel it doesn't really belong in Fire Emblem because I feel playing through the earlier games, the support system was really good the way it was, and you as the protagonist was not a thing. You were a tactician, and you were taking a back seat. You weren't the main character of the game. In which, in Three Houses, you were that one character, and you were the main character. And if anyone wants to fight me on that, go right on ahead, dude. In every single speedrun I've seen of that game, they only use that character. That's it. Everyone else is like this buff bitch-ass character where all they do is stand next to them, buff, and then MC just walks in and starts wrecking things. So let's finish this up real quick. Mission complete. Last demolition charge brings down another section of the tomb. Most heavily used routes around the tomb are now cut off, and the Necrons will be forced to fight on Skitarii terms from now on. We did it. Service on the Almstein will live now. Who would otherwise die, Magos? My thanks for sending your tech priests to the aid of my troops. We will profit nothing on this world if our troops on the ground cannot keep the tombs open until we can ascertain the threat they contain. It's simple logic, Subdomina. Maybe, but nonetheless, thank you. Few Skitarii have much reason to expect a tech priest to come to their aid so directly. We are used to being disposable. My emotional course returned dismay and anger whenever Skitarii is described as disposable. No one is disposable as long as they do the Omnisci's work. Thus it is written.
And so it shall be.
We did it! Oh. Alright. Mission status.
Sweet. Let's go.
Oh, dude, I mouse clicked 262 times.
Wow, I completely
Oh,
track.
achievement! Unlock Skitarii Graveyard. Oh, cool. Cant of the Craft. Oh, yeah, dude, that we did 3
Yeah,
missions.
for not
that
using
year.
one.
Hell yeah, we did it. We maxed that out. Alright. Let's see here.
I could use the hell out of them.
Alright, so we got 629 Blackstone. We'll go ahead and upgrade everybody off screen, but let's go ahead and choose our next deployment right now. So we got Works of the Enemy. This is the one that gives us the cognition increase. And what looks to be the backpack. We got From the Mouth of the Malediction. This gives us a new pistol, a canister, increases damage and critical chance, and some Blackstone. And this is our first normal difficulty. And then we can do another Skitarii one where we get an additional slot for mission deployment and the Skitarii Ranger.
I say let's do that one.
Oh, you want more Skitarii?
Yeah, and the additional slot.
That
Sounds
is
pretty
true.
good.
Okay. So, yeah, that'll do it today for Nick and Trav. Yeah, man. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Ring the bell.
Ding ding.
Find us on OnlyFans, where we post only the riskiest of tactics gameplay. And
Which one of us is going to be in the what is it? The hot tub that they do?
oh god, it's the hot tub, yeah. Just hot tub stream.
Let's go.
All right, all right, guys. Tell somebody
Too
you
hot to
love
handle.
them. And yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Love you, bud. Love you all.
Love you, man.
Have a good night.
Adios, guys.